There is nothing more frustrating than doing this in an attack. In today's episode, we're going to dive deep into this attack and see what possibly went wrong. Stay tuned. Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today with a slight change of pace in the video composition and what we're going to do. Today, we are going to take a look at a fail and try to see what went wrong. Point out some details that could possibly be changed for the future. I asked Laidback first before I recorded this, and I want to make sure that he was okay with me recording this attack. We definitely don't want to pass any shade on it on our own clanmates. We want to try to help each other out and point out the things that we don't see for ourselves, and that way we can try to become better attackers as time goes on. So we have this base today. We have an island base. Now, island bases, we have a very good idea on how to hit these bases. I posted a video, Echo Gaming posted a video, and both ways, there's no right or wrong reason, just different ways of presenting the content and how to hit the base. Now, both of us made pretty good valid points on how to hit this base, but again, timing and confidence in your attack, being aware of what you like to use opposed to what you're good at using is two different things. So we're going to go ahead and hit play, and we're going to do a little bit of play-by-play, bust out the overlays, and see what possibly went wrong in this attack, and maybe point out some things that you might not notice for yourself. So the plan itself was a really good plan. Laidback came in with a great plan, but I want to point out some things that I noticed, and we're going to stop it right there. So from the very beginning, there's a couple of things that you could slightly change for the future. Check the ranges on your defenses. Now, I use Sketch and I do some screenshots, and I will kind of draw up a quick plan on what I'm thinking when it comes to hitting a base. But you also have to check the ranges on your defenses. In this situation here, the archer tower was not covered. So the golem is targeting that cannon over there, but the archer tower is not covered within this fire. So these two wizards are going to be a waste of 8 housing space that could have been used elsewhere. So that's just something to take, put in your notebook and kind of pay attention to for later. And make sure you check the ranges on the defenses. That way you're not wasting your troops. Baby Dragon's doing great down here in the south. Another golem is up in the northeast, and he is also working on a couple of things, cleaning out some structures for our wall wrecker. Now, there are some Valkyries in the composition, and something that I want you to notice is in this area here where you have buildings stacked, Valkyries like to go in between structures, and they like to target these types of structures. Now, with this location down here with the bomb towers, we really want to get rid of the bomb towers for the Hog Riders. We do not want our Hog Riders going into bomb tower locations because it weakens them and it just kind of foils a Hog Rider attack. Now, if you have to deal with that, then you have to waste a heal spell in that range. So ideally, the Valkyries would have done phenomenal by coming right here, being dropped in this location, and then going down into this natural shoot of the base to take out these 2 bomb towers. This would have also sped up the timing of the Archer Queen and allowed her to proceed deeper into the base faster. So the Valkyrie is going to be dropped, and they're going to go target that location that they like to target in between buildings. And then the Barbarian King's going to go in after those buildings go down. The Valkyries do go down that chute, but they're going to die, and also with the Golem. So we're not going to get the most out of our Golem there. All right, so we have our Barbarian King, Queen, Grand Warden in the base, and we're going to pause it right there. Okay. So Grand Warden's ability is going to be triggered there, and we also had a Ice Golem and a P.E.K.K.A. in the clan castle. So everything is under the Grand Warden's ability, but we also have clan castle troops. There is a rage spell dropped here, as well as a jump spell to move our troops deeper into the base. Now the target here is ultimately the Archer Queen. You have to get rid of the Archer Queen in order to use Hog Riders. So we really needed to get deep into this base with our kill squad. Again, Grand Warden's ability has been used. The Ice Golem, the P.E.K.K.A., they've taken down the Town Hall, and now the Barbarian King's ability is going to be used here in a second to clear out these defenses, but I want you to pay attention to what the Queen's doing. Now she's tied up on that bomb tower, she's tied up on that mortar, and she could have already proceeded deeper into the base at this point, but it was quite unfortunate that that did not happen. And the idea was to try to make the most bang for our buck with the Ice Golem's ability. Once it dies, it freezes a massive location. And if everything could have got a little bit deeper into this location, we could have possibly pulled the Queen out of her compartment, which you see her range here, her range. She would have stepped out and started engaging. The Ice Golem would have frozen her in place, and then we would have been able to get rid of her a lot easier. All right, so now Laidback's kind of worried about the Queen, taking out the enemy Queen. his queen's ability had to be used right here, and that's just something that you have to worry about. If this queen does not go down, the Hog Rider portion is completely a wash and is not going to be possible. Now, it was the case that she did go down, but look how much time. There's a slight delay here. Obviously, I paused it. I know that. But once you have a good idea that the queen is going to go down, get the hogs on the map and start dropping the wizards for the cleanup. Now, Layback's going to come from the south, and he's going to bring all of his hogs in one location. Now, there's a slight flaw with this because check it out. You have a cannon that's sitting right here. Now, if he could have split his hogs a little bit and taken out this cannon, he wouldn't have to worry about his hogs splitting up and going 2 different locations once the hogs cleared out this compartment. Now you're going to have to backtrack a little bit and take out the cannon, and there's no cleanup yet. The cleanup's not down yet. So, you know, he's got to get his wizards down a little bit faster in order to start the cleanup process of this attack. And really, once you get the hogs moving into the compartment you want them in, then you can start the wizard cleanup and speed it up just a little bit. All right, but great, you know, heal spell coverage here. He's got hogs in the next set of compartments. He's taking down the Expos, and they're going to proceed into the air defense, the archer tower, cannon, and in this location, he has 2 heal spells remaining. So, I mean, not a bad plan at all. He's got plenty of heal spells here to finish up this attack. Hogs are going to go into the wizard tower. They're going to move into the cannon. And realistically, at this point in the raid, it's perfectly fine. I mean, he's got plenty of heal spell coverage. He's got plenty of hogs to get the job done. The Barbarian King is chasing the hogs, but, I mean, that's not really hindering them as much with the heal spell coverage. He's got his wizards down starting to clean up, and he's ultimately going to get caught by the Spell Factory and the Barbarian King. The Barbarian King's altered. That's ultimately what's going to stop things. So, you know, the housing space that was kind of wasted at the beginning of the attack could have been transferred to the back end of the attack, maybe a baby dragon or something, to kind of speed up the cleanup process. I mean, the amount of hogs that he has here on this base, that's plenty of hogs to take down the Barbarian King. So, naturally, it comes down to funneling and the timing of your kill squad. This is something that a lot of people, overlook. You don't really think about I couldn't pause it. I tried to pause it in that location, but we can kind of zoom in and see through the overlay there, or through the HUD, what was left over. Like I said, the Spell Factory and the Barbarian King. He had plenty of hogs to get the job done, even though they did hit us
Today, Junior?
Spring Trap. My goodness. Spring Trap at the end there. But again, the beginning of the attack, if you can kind of point out some details to kind of speed this attack up, possibly get everything moving along a little faster, these are some details that you have to take into consideration with your attack, and you could possibly speed it up. Again, let's not discredit what Laidback Boss did here. He did a phenomenal job in this attack, and there's just minor details that I wanted to point out for you guys today. If you enjoyed this type of content, let me know down in the comments below, and we might make more of these. If not, we'll see what happens in the future. Anyways, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and thanks for watching, guys. If it works for me, there we go. All right, so we got this location here that he sends an Electron, the 2 groups of balloons with the battle blimp, E-drag in the battle blimp, and sends it directly to the core here. So you got an air defense, you got an archer queen, you got a clan castle in that location. You have, looks like